I want to play a 3-minute video. We're going to play another clip after that from a banned TED Talk of Graham Hancock, who's an English author and journalist. His TED Talk was called DMT, The War on Consciousness. I want you to hear a few minutes of what this man said, and then we're going to break it down.
Now, normally, DMT cannot be activated orally. When we encounter it in the West, it's generally smoked. There's an enzyme in our stomachs called monoamine oxidase, which switches off DMT on contact. But in the Amazon, they've got round this problem, and they say it was the spirits that taught them how to do it. The DMT in the ayahuasca brew is contained in these leaves from a plant that they call chacruna in the Amazon. And there they mix it together with this vine. And out of the 150,000 different species of plants and trees in the Amazon, this is the one that contains a monoamine oxidase inhibitor, which switches off that enzyme in our stomachs and allows the DMT in the leaves, when the two are married together and cooked in water, to be absorbed orally, and takes us on a 4-hour journey into extraordinary realms. Now, it's no joke to drink ayahuasca. The ayahuasca brew it has a foul taste, really, really hideous, and a dreadful, dreadful smell. And after you've drunk your cup, you'll find within 45 minutes or so that you're sweating, that you're feeling nauseous. Pretty soon you may well be vomiting, you may well have diarrhea. So, nobody's doing this for recreation. And I'd like to add that I don't think any of the psychedelics should be used for recreation. They have much more serious and important mission with humanity. So we're not doing this for fun. But what draws people to ayahuasca again and again to brace themselves for this experience, and you do have to brace yourself, is its extraordinary effects at the level of consciousness. And one of those effects has to do with creativity, and we can see the creative cosmogenic impulse of ayahuasca in the paintings of ayahuasca shamans from Peru, like the paintings of Pablo Amaringo here, those richly saturated colors, the amazing visions that they reproduce. And this creative impulse has also spread to Western artists. Many Western artists now have been deeply influenced by ayahuasca and are also painting their visions. And as these paintings show, another universal experience of ayahuasca is the encounter with seemingly intelligent entities which communicate with us telepathically. Now, I'm making no claim one way or another as to the reality status of these entities we encounter, simply that phenomenologically, in the ayahuasca experience, they are encountered by people all over the world. And most frequently of all, the spirit of ayahuasca herself, Mother Ayahuasca, who is a healer. And although she's kind of the mother goddess of the planet, she seems to take a direct personal interest in us as individuals, to heal our ills, to want us to be the best that we can possibly be, to correct errors and mistakes in our behavior that may be leading us down the wrong path.
So I understand what he said there. He said that there is an enzyme that we have in our stomach naturally as humans that turns off that type of reaction from DMT when taking it orally. But did you hear what he said? He said the shamans say that the spirits told them how to get around this. All right, well, now that just took a little different turn. So the shamans get the DMT from a particular kind of leaf. So it's just a particular kind of leaf in the Amazon. And they pair it with a certain vine. So out of the 150,000 different types of species of plants in the Amazon, this is the only one that turns off those enzymes in the stomach. So it literally is this one specific leaf paired with, out of the 150,000 species of plants in the Amazon, with this vine, it's the only one that turns off those enzymes in the stomach so that you can trip on ayahuasca.
What are the odds?
Exactly.
What
the
are the odds that they found
statistical.
that?
Yeah. The statistical probability of that. And that's why the shamans say that the spirits told them how to get around this. Do you believe that? I do. I absolutely believe that. And they do this, and then the fallen angels reveal themselves to them. You see, in the book of Enoch, which is, like I said, I don't need to say it again, it's an extra biblical book. So take it with a grain of salt, but it does say this. In Enoch chapter 7, verses 1 through 8, and 3 and 19:1 says this. And Azazel, which is the watcher, which is the fallen angel, taught the people the art of making swords and knives and shields and breastplates and alchemy. I'm reminded of like my children things. It's like you have a dolphin, a goldfish, a stingray, and then a dinosaur. Which one doesn't fit, right? So it's teaching them how to, make things like swords and knives and shields, breastplates, alchemy. Yeah. Okay.
Wait, what was that one? Go back to that one.
Swords, shields, and breastplates. Alchemy.
Before that.
Alchemy. Yeah, so alchemy, or literally transmutation. Ancient Ethiopian commentators explain this phrase as changing a man into a horse or a mule or vice versa. Okay, so that's pretty radical stuff, okay? It also talks about in Enoch chapter 7 something interesting that I believe is talking about ayahuasca. I really do. It says in 7:1, and they taught them, the watchers taught them charms and spells. So they're categorizing charms and spells in the cutting of roots and trees. He also said in the clip, another universal experience of ayahuasca is the encounter with intelligent entities which communicate with us telepathically. And most frequently of all, the spirit of ayahuasca, Mother Ayahuasca, who is the healer, the mother goddess of the planet. She seems to take a direct personal interest in us as individuals, to heal our ills for us to be the best that we can possibly be, to correct errors and mistakes in our behavior that may be leading us down the wrong path. Let that sink in, what he just said. Let that sink in. This is at a TED Talk.